First tonight, let's meet the starting lineup.
Happy Thursday and welcome to ESPN Plus for the Summit League matchup between the Western Illinois Fighting Leathernecks and the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks here at Western Hall in Macomb, Illinois. My name is Austin Holtz. I'm here with my partner, Luke Little. Luke, both teams come into this game in very different situations, one being at the top of the conference and one that could play spoiler in today's game and try and build some momentum as the season ends.
Yeah, North Dakota right now, they're second in the Summit League standings, Western on the lower half of them. Western could play a huge spoiler here with 2 games left in the regular season before the tournament.
Yeah, and taking a look at the Fighting Hawks, they love to score the basketball, and they have a great scorer on their team in Casey Burovich, who's been keeping them in the mix as of late.
Yeah, Casey Burovich averaging 19.7 points per game. Second in the Summit League. She's shooting 40% from the field. When the going gets tough, she's going to be this leader this Fighting Hawk team needs.
Yeah, now switching over to the Leathernecks, they can score the ball pretty well, and their leading scorer, Anna Dietz, has been their source of momentum as of recently.
Yeah, Anna Dietz been playing really strong as of late. In her past 4 games, she's been shooting above her season average, and she's scored more points than her season average. She's the leader for this WIU team. This 2-guard play will be great to watch.
Yeah, 2 guards who love to shoot the ball, and their team loves to shoot as well, can normally be a recipe for a great game. Well, tip-off is just around the corner, and we'll have your coverage right here on ESPN+. And welcome back inside Western Hall. Again, my name is Austin Holtz, here with my color commentator, Luke Little. And tip-off is just around the corner. We're going to start off with the starting 5s for North Dakota: Jolie Daninger, Claire Orth, our player to watch, Casey Borowitz, Maggie Manson, and Nakia Hurst round out the starting 5 for the Fighting Hawks in today's game. And the Leathernecks win the tip-off, and we're just getting started here as Leathernecks start off with the basketball. Taking a look at the starting lineups for the Leathernecks: Carla Flores, Alyssa Dins, Jada Adams making her season debut in the starting lineups, filled out by Elizabeth Lutz and Anna Dietz. It was great defense by the Fighting Hawks there on that possession, and Leathernecks going to have 6 seconds to work with on the shot clock.
Yeah, Elizabeth Lutz right there looking to give it to Dins early in this game, just tipped out of bounds. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
And there's a look at North Dakota's head coach as North Dakota is able to get the steal and now push the fast break. Dropped off, nice finish on the layup right there. That's going to be number 10, Claire Orth, that gets the scoring started for us today.
Yeah, number 23, Nakia Hurst got the steal, they got the fast break, and got the lead early in this game. Not even a minute gone yet on the clock.
And now it's time for the Leathernecks to try and find a response to that early basket as Dietz with the ball on the left wing. Gets it inside to Dins. Dins loses control. That's going to be stolen away by Daninger. And now she'll run the offense for the Fighting Hawks. As that three ball is just off to the right. That three by Hurst, and that ball's going to be out of bounds with possession in favor of the Leathernecks. If we're going to take a look at head coach J.D. Gravina, JD's in his 12th year with WIU, 180 and 78 overall record, so just over that 500 mark. As Dietz now kicks it into the corner for Adams. She is unable to get that three to go, and then Hurst able to save it to Daninger, who now brings the ball up for the Hawks. Great pump fake right there by Daninger, and she's going to get fouled inside, and that's going to send her to the line for 2 free throws.
Daninger on the really smart move, saw the lane, saw the opening that she had, decided to take it, drew the hard foul. She's going to go to the line. On the season, Daninger shooting about 73% from the free throw line. Not too great, but not that bad, really, altogether. She'll have her first 2 shots at the line right here.
And she gets the first one to go. And now North Dakota extends their lead to 3. Jolie Daninger, 5'7" graduate senior from Andover, Minnesota, made the trip over from her fellow Northern State of Minnesota to North Dakota. So probably not that big of a change up for her. She's done a great job in the starting spot for the Fighting Hawks all season. As now Flores lines up a 3 and is able to splash that one home to tie things up here early in the first.
Carla Flores has been quiet all year long. Well, not all year long, but it seems like she's just been building up, waiting to explode, and she gets Western started off early, and we got ourselves a tied basketball game now.
And Flores, one of the better three-point shooters on this team, shooting about 35% on the season. And so you definitely can't leave her open, as there's a response right there from the Fighting Hawks and number 10, Claire Orth.
Yeah, Claire saw the open shot. Jada Adams was giving it to her, and she decided to take it and knocked it down. Answered right back.
And then gets the tip out on the defensive end. So great play from Orth on both ends of the floor here early. And defense has been a key early in this first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers by Western, it seems like, so far. And so far the Fighting Hawks are capitalizing on that in this game, it seems like.
Yeah, and teams are using that aggressive defense to their advantage, as we saw right there. Elizabeth Lutz driving right, able to go up through the contact, unable to get the and one, but is able to draw a foul on Daninger.
Elizabeth Lutz, a really great free throw shooter, 87% from the free throw line, the best free throw shooter on this Western Illinois Leathernecks team.
And she gets the first one to go, and the Leathernecks love to attack the rim. They get to the line a lot, shoot a lot of free throws per game, and are very good at converting them. So you can probably bet that that's probably going to be in their game plan today.
Yeah, they shoot about 75% from the free throw line as a team, right around a little above the middle of the pack. It's really good for them.
Now our player to watch, Borovich, with the ball at the top of the key. Nice defense there by Jada Adams. Gets it right back to Borovich. Able to get it inside to Hurst. She'll go up. Great defense inside by Dins and Flores, and the Leathernecks are going to come away with the basketball.
They saw the opening down there, gave it to number 23, Nakia Hurst, but really good double team, smart double team for Carla Flores to come over and help out Dins. They get the turnover that they really need, being down 1 right now, trying to get this lead back.
Yeah, and great pass inside from Dins. That's going to lead to an easy layup by Anna Dietz.
Dins has been one of those players that she has those nice passes. She doesn't get a ton of them in a game, but when she does, you better look out, because it's getting some people some open shots in the lane.
Yeah, and Dins kind of was shut down last game, as that three is no good by Juliet Gordon. But the Fighting Hawks stay after it, and Leathernecks able to battle back and are able to flip the possession, as now Leathernecks have the basketball.
Yeah, that foul is going to be on number 23, Nakia Hurst. Shot by Burovich, missed. A really good box out by Dins right there to get the foul drawn.
And Dins held under wraps last week against. That three is unable to go from Flores. Follow up by Dins, unable to go, and now the ball switching hands momentarily, but it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of North Dakota, and so they will get the ball right back.
That's a really good-looking offensive possession. I know they didn't end up knocking down a shot, but they got some offensive rebounds and really nice hustle by Dins to get on the ground, cause the jump ball.
And like I've been alluded to now twice, Alyssa Dins kind of shut down last Saturday, but has 2 double-doubles in her last 3 games. And so I think she could definitely be a spark for this Leatherneck team if they're going to try and come out with a win today.
Yeah, Alyssa Dins offensively has been one of those kind of role players for WIU, but defensively she's been the star that WIU needs.
And Hurst a little bit too strong in that layup as Dins inside played great defense. And now Dietz pushes it for the Leathernecks. If she loses control of the ball, now Gordon pushing it for the Hawks. Goes up through Flores, unable to get the layup to go, but does draw enough contact for the foul.
Dietz on that drive just barely lost possession, and we see there yet again North Dakota's getting that fast break opportunity. They draw a foul on Carla Flores, which will be the 3rd team foul for Western in this first quarter already.
Yeah, Flores unable to keep her feet down. As Juliet Gordon, the graduate senior from, Adelaide, South Australia, making the trip all the way from down under all the way to the United States.
That's a bit of a difference between Minnesota and Australia to come to North Dakota.
Yeah, especially the transition from Australia to North Dakota.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been an easy one. Now the Leathernecks with the ball. Carla Flores guarded by Borovich. Now Lutz with the ball. Drives left. Goes up with the left hand, too strong. That ball's going to be pulled down, rebounded by Daninger, and now she pushes for the Hawks. As Borovich loses the ball, here comes Dietz. Dietz goes up and through contact, no foul called, and now here comes Daninger and the Fighting Hawks going right back. Borovich took one too many steps, and that's going to be a travel and gives the ball right back to the Leathernecks.
We had a really quick change of possessions right there. First, Borovich lost it. Really great defense by, I believe, Carla Flores got the steal. Came back down. Dietz on the layup, missed. Then they drove back again, and they're going to call a travel on Borovich right there. Another turnover by North Dakota.
Yeah, both teams giving away free possessions here early. Neither team can kind of put together too many good buckets in a row, but great fake by Brownfield. It's going to lead to an open 3 from Lutz. She's just a little bit too strong. Rebound and pulled away by the Hawks.
Elizabeth Lutz on the season, she's not awful. Shoots about 30% from the three-point line. I think she'll end up taking more of those shots, and she should take more of those shots throughout this game.
Yeah, it's a great patch by Borovich. There's going to be a foul inside, and 4:53 remaining in this first quarter. Fighting Hawks hold on to a 1-point lead. And we'll have your coverage of the rest of the first right when we come back after this break. Good stuff. Series history, perfect.
Please direct your attention to center court, where we will be recognizing today's game sponsor, McDonough District Hospital. Joining Western Illinois Director of Athletics Paul Buck tonight is Pat Osterman, Vice President of Business Strategy. WIU would like to thank McDonough District Hospital for their continued support of Western Illinois athletics. Tonight, Western Illinois is partnering with MDH to spread awareness about Linda's Fund. Linda's Fund was established at the McDonough District Hospital through the generosity of Linda's son, Brad Winter, and his wife, Amy Spellman of Macomb. The fund is supported by family and friends of Linda Winter and private donations.
60 seconds.
And welcome back to the Summit League broadcast. We're going to check in on the series history between the Fighting Leathernecks and the Fighting Hawks. Last matchup was on December 20th, where the Fighting Hawks got the best of the Leathernecks with a final score of 69-53. Casey Burovich scored 25 points, 5 assists, and 8 rebounds. It's, like we said pregame coming into the game, second in the conference in scoring. And then Jada Thorpe was the head for the Leathernecks with 15 points and 2 steals. And haven't seen any Thorpe yet, but we're bound to here soon with how much of an impact she makes on this Leatherneck team. There's a 3 right out of the timeout by Juliet Gordon.
Juliet Gordon been one of those key players for this North Dakota team. She's averaged about 8.5 points per game. Really solid outing for her so far in this year.
And Dietz with a response of her own gets the nice layup to go. Now Leathernecks only trail by 2. Great defense inside by Flores, unable to get that one to go. A nice mid-range jumper right there by number 10, Claire Orth.
Claire Orth, leading scorer in the game so far, 7 points on the game, having herself a really nice outing, 3 for 3 from the field without shot.
And it's been response after response as Jada Adams lines up her first shot of the day and is able to splash that home to bring the Leathernecks within 1.
Jada Adams, as we said, getting her debut start today, knocks down the big 3. Western puts them down 1. Jada Adams will be a key player, I think, for Western today. She's going to get out here, really give them some energy that they need.
Yeah, she's got a great 3-point shot as that 3 is unable to go from the corner. It looks like we're going to have a tie-up inside, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Leathernecks, so ball will return to Western.
Dietz, really good job, end up corralling that ball, giving nice hustle, gets it back to Western, and we get to see Jada Thorpe for the first time in this game. She can be a key player for Western, coming off the bench especially.
Yeah, Thorpe checks in to make her first appearance of the day. That ball's stolen away, and here comes Daninger inside to Casey, unable to get that one to go. That rebound pulled away by Brownfield, and now she's going to try and push it for the Leathernecks. Brownfield decides to try and slow it down, gets the ball to Dietz. Now the Leathernecks trying to set up their offense. It's Thorpe guarded by Orth. Lutz steps into a 3 of her own, off just a little bit right. Rebound pulled away by Manson. And now here comes the Fighting Hawks and Casey Borovich. With a beautiful 3.
A great 3 by Casey Burovich. She's shooting about 30% on the year from 3. She's the leading scorer for this team, as we said. She's going to be the key player to watch. North Dakota takes a 4-point lead with that huge 3 by Burovich.
And just to see if the Leathernecks can respond, as Dietz had a little bit of trouble corralling that in the corner. But then goes up through contact, and she's going to draw the charge inside by Casey Burovich. She did a great job of keeping her feet planted.
Yeah, really great defense right there by Burovich. Dietz didn't think she had the open 3 in the corner, so she decided to go baseline on the drive. But Casey Burovich just got there first, set her feet. Dietz got the charge. Almost knocked down the layup, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. It's going to be North Dakota basketball.
And DJ Davis checks in for the Fighting Hawks along with Rakia Beal. Now Beal drives left on Dietz, unable to get that layup to go. There's going to be an offensive foul. So teams exchange offensive fouls. It's a great job by Dietz keeping her feet planted, and now ball will return to the Leathernecks.
It was a smart drive, but Dietz, I think she learned something about that last possession that Casey Burovich got the offensive foul called on her, so she's like, I'll get one back on you guys. And Leathernecks get the ball.
And let's see what they do with it as Elizabeth Lutz with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it inside to Flores. Great pass and great finish. Beautiful 2-man game. Brings the Leathernecks within 2.
Really great bounce pass find from Elizabeth Lutz. Carla Flores was just right where she needed to be on that possession.
And that 3 way too short. Great save right there by Flores. And now here comes Brownfield. Leathernecks swing the ball around to the top of the key, trying to find the open shot. Thorpe now drives on Orth, kicks it all the way in the corner. McDermott lines up a 3 of her own, unable to get that one to go. Great job on the boards by Jada Thorpe, and she answers with the second chance points of her own.
Yeah, Jada Thorpe, the second leading scorer for this Leatherneck team. She boxes out, gets the offensive rebound, fights for it. She goes up with the layup, knocks it down, and they get tied right now with the Fighting Hawks.
Yeah, but there's a big answer right there from the Fighting Hawks head horse, Casey Brovich. That ball's going to be tapped out of bounds, but it's going to remain with the Leathernecks.
Yeah, Rakia Beal did not agree with that call, but the ref saw it how it was, so he made the call. It's going to be Leatherneck basketball. They tipped it out. Could have been some confusion, but we get a sub in the game also. Alyssa Din's coming in back.
Yeah, Alyssa Din's checking back into this game. Adds a little bit more height to this Leathernecks offense. As Mallory McDermott lines up a three and bangs that one home. And now the Leathernecks take their first lead of the day.
As we said before, Western can play huge spoiler to North Dakota with the win here today. Ball's going to end up staying with North Dakota after that, but yeah, WIU on the bottom of the Summit League standings. North Dakota near the top. If WIU gets a win here, this could really change up how the tournament seeds are going to look.
And Maggie Manson there with a little bit of a moving three, unable to get that one to go, but great hustle inside. And the Fighting Hawks are able to get a steal as Rakaya Beal gets the steal, and then right to Casey Borovich. And now the Fighting Hawks take the lead right back.
Beal, really smart defense right there, got the steal, and Borovich staying hot like she is.
And that ball blocked away by Rakaya Beal.
Yeah, Beal, as we just said, smart hustle on the last play. Thorpe goes in for the drive, and she's just waiting there, waiting for it, and then she defines to finally jump, smacks the ball out of bounds. Really smart defense.
And Jada Thorpe did a great job of getting that ball into Allie Meadows, but it's going to be a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Fighting Hawks, so they will get the ball right back.
Yeah, something we've seen a lot so far in this game is jump ball and a lot of hustle between both teams trying to get their team another possession, because this one is going to be close here today.
So Borovich just going to hold on to last shot for the Fighting Hawks. Just 10 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. As now Gordon with the ball, driving left, kicks it up in and in over Dins. And that's how we're going to end off this first quarter. 22 points for the Fighting Hawks, 19 for the Leathernecks. This Fighting Hawks able to hold on to a 3-point lead as we head out of the first quarter and into the second one, and we'll have your coverage right when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the court, your WIU dance team.
Chet, 1, 2,
Yeah.
Chet. You good?
Yeah, I was just about to talk to him about it. Hey.
How much time do I got? Okay, and we're coming straight back to me, right? Okay, all right. Oh, thank you. much time I got? 15? Western Hall. My name is Peyton Hudson, your sideline reporter for today. Prior to today's game, North Dakota has came off with 5 straight wins, and 4 of those 5 wins have come on double digits. North Dakota comes in today, leads second in the defense with 38 points per game, and averaging back to Austin and Luke.
Peyton defense obviously a big part of today's game already. 22-19. If it's going to be a close game, defense is going to have to be a major part of both teams' plan.
So far in this game, North Dakota has gotten caused Western to have 7 turnovers in this game so far, a lot in the first quarter. That's almost above their season average per game. North Dakota playing really great defense, but North Dakota also has 3 turnovers in this game themselves. Both teams will need to cut that down here throughout the game.
Yeah, as that 3 missed right there by Mallory McDermott. And 3-point shooting has been pretty impactful as right as I say that, number 23, Nikia Hurst with a big 3 of her own. Let's see if that can give the Fighting Hawks a little bit of momentum to try and add to their lead here in the second quarter.
That makes North Dakota 4 for 9 from the 3-point line. Just barely better than WIU, but never mind. Jada Thorpe answers right back. Now both teams are 4 for 9 on the game so far from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and that's a big 3 right there from Jada Thorpe, not allowing them to pull away any more than they can. And beautiful use of the pump fake right there by Juliet Gordon. And kind of like what we saw last week is just the Leathernecks trying to put together a couple baskets to try and get back into a game, and the other team just not allowing them to really string those buckets together.
Yeah, both teams answering each other back and forth so far in this game. It's been real competitive and real fun to watch so far.
Yeah, that's a deep 3 right there from Allie Meadows. Unable to get that one to go, and now Daninger with the ball. And beautiful ball movement at the top of the key by the Fighting Hawks. This is going to lead to a beautiful ball handling by Hurst, and she'll get the easy layup for 2.
Hurst has been really good so far in this game for North Dakota. That's her second bucket here already in the second quarter. And she gives North Dakota the lead now by 7 points.
And now the Leathernecks try to come up with an answer of their own with a Brownfield 3, but that's unable to go. And now Hurst taking the point guard role herself. Does a beautiful job right there getting it into Gordon, but she's unable to finish with the left and gives the Leathernecks another opportunity to try and cut into this lead.
Addie Brownfield shorter than number 23, Nikia Hurst, but she decides to stay in there anyway, play some solid defense, cause the miss, get the rebound.
Yeah, and Thorpe with a little bit of a heat check of her own, unable to get that one to go as the Fighting Hawks cling on to the 7-point lead. As Gordon gets it inside, blocked from behind from Brownfield. Great defense inside and fight inside. But Gordon able to get into a jump ball with Jada Thorpe. Possession arrow in favor of North Dakota, so they will keep the ball on this side of the floor.
Yeah, as you just said, Addie Brownfield, really great defense, causing Gordon to miss a shot, and then really good job by Jada Thorpe to cause the jump ball between her and Gordon. Gordon looking around, wanting the foul. She doesn't get it. Really good job by Thorpe to cause that jump ball. It's going to stay with North Dakota, but really great job by the Leathernecks.
Yeah, and very physical play we've seen from both teams so far inside as Thorpe and Gordon got a little bit tangled up there at the end of the play. As great steal on the inbound by Elizabeth Lutz, but unable to corral the ball, so the ball will stay on this side of the floor.
Yeah, Elizabeth Lutz had it. She was going for it, and I think she was just thinking too far before her body got to catch up. Just went off her knees. They weren't able to get the fast break opportunity, but really good defense right there by Elizabeth Lutz to call the steal off the inbound.
As Daninger, great pass inside to Orth. She'll try and kick that out. A step back 3 from the Hawks. Unable to get that one to go, but a great rebound inside by Orth. Casey will try again, unable to get that one to go. And Dins boxes out Gordon, will let that ball roll out of bounds, and it'll be Leatherneck basketball.
Yeah, something that won't show up on the stat sheet right there, but Din's really smart move to box out. Instead of going for it, maybe she'll lose it, maybe it'll end up being North Dakota ball. Instead, she does a smart thing, boxes out, ball goes out of bounds, and it's Western basketball.
Now the Lennox going to try and come up with some sort of answer for the Fighting Hawks. Great offensive play so far in this game. They get inside to Dins. Gets it outside to Flores. A little bit of a two-man game being played inside. Now Dins goes to the left, finishes the bucket, and gets the foul.
Alyssa Dins, the big man big woman I should say, for WIU here. She gets the and one, and Western inching closer here to North Dakota, to that North Dakota lead. She's going to try to convert the and one right here. On the season, she's shooting around 79% from the free throw line, as she just barely missed that one right there.
Yeah, she goes 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. The senior from Rosendale, Wisconsin. One of the few seniors on this team that are going to be honored on Saturday night during senior night. And this is a young Leatherneck team that's got a lot of young players that play a lot of big minutes. As Orth unable to get that three to go, rebound pulled away by Dins. But Addie Brownfield, Allie Meadows, we've seen players like them step up in big moments, especially early in this game. As Dins goes with the left-handed jumper, unable to get that one to go, and Orth pulls down the rebound and will run the offense for the Hawks.
As you were just saying, the Western, really young team. We've seen some big moments out of Addie Brownfield so far in this year. She's only a freshman. She'll look to come back and be a leader again next year in this Leatherneck team.
Yeah, and great defense inside leads to a Jada Thorpe fast break. She'll go up on Orth, unable to get that layup to go as that rims out. And Orth will get the rebound herself and will take it the other way. As Orth with a right hand herself, unable to get that one to go as that ball rims right out, and now Dees comes the other way. As Flores drags her back foot, and that's going to be a travel and another turnover for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, we've seen that call twice so far here in this game. Flores just barely dribbled, picked up her foot before she dribbled, and we saw that earlier with Baravich on the other side of the court. Refs are going to be calling that tonight. Nobody's getting away with it so far.
Yeah, both teams had a little bit of a turnover problem in this game. North Dakota keeping it under wraps with only 4 by themselves as DJ Davis steps into a big three of her own and is able to get that one to go through as we push the Fighting Hawks lead up to 8. And Carl Flores tried to answer it with a three of her own, but isn't able to get that one to go, and now the Hawks have a chance to stretch it to double digits.
The shot by Flores looked right good. It was right in front of his. It looked like it was going in. Just barely rolled off the front of the rim.
And beautiful turnaround jumper right there from number 54, Juliet Gordon. And now the Hawks do hold on to a double-digit lead as the Lennox just aren't able to find their rhythm on offense as that ball is thrown out of bounds. That'll be another turnover for the Leathernecks. So the lead is being extended. Fighting Hawks up to a 10-point lead here at Western Hall over the West Illinois Fighting Leathernecks. 4:29 remaining in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the rest of your coverage of the first half when we come back. That was the one I was getting wrong. I was like looking at him and I'm like, Burovich. Sorry, we're still having some trouble with the name. It's Burovich? Baravich.
Ravich, only put a ba in the front of it.
Baravich.
Her first name was Ba, and her last name was Ravich.
Baravich.
Ravich.
Okay. I'm just reading the cap.
It is down to Natalie and James. James is the winner. Congratulations. WIU students, the time is winding down to sign up this fund provides support to patients who have been diagnosed or treated at MDH for breast cancer and who currently use or have used MDH services. Typically, this includes direct financial assistance to pay medical bills not covered by insurance, special adaptive clothing, and personal care products for patients.
And welcome back to Western Hall. We're going to take a quick look at season recap for Western Illinois. Currently 9th place in the Summit League. Conference record of 5-10 and 10-17 overall, shooting about 36% from behind the arc, and have close to 3 players in double digits scoring-wise per game, with Eddie Brownfield just on the cusp. As Leathernecks have gotten a couple more players involved this game and this season. That ball is going to be tipped out of bounds. And it looks like it will be Leatherneck basketball.
Already some controversy. I think they end up reversing the call. They're going to say it's WIU basketball, which I believed it was tipped off of a North Dakota player, but we are on the opposite side of the court, so we could be seeing things wrong.
And now here come the Leathernecks out of the timeout. What do you think they're going to try and put together to try and spark, try and cut into this lead? As that's a great first step right there. As beautiful job finding Anna Dietz on the cut for an easy layup.
So that's one of the big things we've seen so far is when WIU cuts and they get a nice pass, always be back cutting, back dooring, and we've seen Dins find some people. We saw another one right there. If people are cutting, they find them on their way to the baskets. That's how they picked up some easy points so far in this game, something that they should look forward to.
Yeah, and a beautiful answer on the other side is Bravich with a beautiful use of the right hand, goes up through the contact. And now has a chance for the three-point play, which he will convert. That's going to push the Hawks lead to 11.
Baravic shooting about 86% from the free throw line, and she now has 10 points on this game, second in scoring only to her teammate Juliet Gordon, who has 11.
Yeah, now she comes up with a big steal right there. As now there's a little bit of a scrum on the floor. Looks like we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of the Leathernecks. And so the ball will get flipped right back over to them.
Really good hustle by Dietz and also Adams right there to get the jump ball. We've seen a lot of them so far in this game, a lot of flips back and forth with the jump ball. This game has been real competitive, but Western now down 11. They need to find a way to inch back here in the last 3 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, whenever the ball's been on the ground, Anna Dietz is never too far away, as she just seems to be putting it all out on the line, especially in today's game, trying to go for those loose balls. It's great defense inside, but that's going to be a push violation on number 14, Elizabeth Lutz.
As we saw in that play, Lutz was cutting, Dietz threw it down, but she wasn't quite looking, tried to get the layup, missed, and then she gets the push foul, which will be Western's second foul of the quarter. Not really close to that bonus yet in this game, but that could change pretty quickly with 3 minutes left to play in the first half.
Yeah, now here come the Fighting Hawks. Get the ball inside to Baravic. That ball's going to be just a little bit too strong and out of bounds, and it'll be Western Illinois basketball.
Another turnover by North Dakota. They have 5 turnovers so far in this game. Western has 9 turnovers in the game so far. Both teams need to do a better job of holding on to the ball as this gets later in the stage.
Yeah, turnovers can definitely be the killer to any team's momentum. So it's definitely important for Western to try and avoid them, but they can also allow another team to try and get back into the game, which North Dakota is definitely trying to avoid. It's great use of the pump fake by Brownfield, and she finishes the left-handed layup.
Brownfield, the freshman, has been that third option that Western has had all year long, and right there she proves why she is. Great pump fake with the left-hand finish off the backboard.
And Allie McCarthy with a big answer of her own, as the Fighting Hawks continue to answer any type of comeback the Leathernecks are trying to put back together.
Western takes 1 step forward, and then they get 2 steps back. North Dakota is just lighting it up right now from the field, shooting very well, as there's a turnover by Western.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Kennedy Flanagan, as just was moving during that screen, and it's going to give the ball right back to the Fighting Hawks.
Hawks in this game have had a lot of opportunities from those turnovers, not only fast breaks, but they've had the ball more often in this game so far than Western, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they have this 12-point lead so far.
The Fighting Hawks doing a great job of sharing the ball around on offense. DJ Davis unable to get that one to go. Looks like there's going to be a loose ball foul. Loose ball foul is going to be at number 54, Juliet Gordon. It'll be her first foul as DJ Dallas unable to get that three to go, and then Flanagan and Gordon just battling it out inside.
Yeah, this game has been really physical. We've seen so far the whole entire game. Gordon trying to get in there, get that offensive rebound. Refs see a foul, they call it. That'll be the second team foul for North Dakota in this quarter.
And now the Fighting Hawks going with a little bit of pressure, and Carla Flores having to throw that ball off the leg of a Fighting Hawk in order to try and keep them from getting a 10-second violation.
It's kind of unexpected right now. Haven't showed it yet in this game so far, but they press, trying to get the ball back a little more, trying to stop Western from getting a quick offense turnaround, trying to just slow them down here with the last 2 minutes of the quarter.
And there's going to be a foul now on the Fighting Hawks as Addie Brownfield tried to get away from the defense. The foul's going to be at number 0, DJ Davis, her first. And the press, I know as a former basketball player, like sometimes, like especially with North Dakota, normally when you see the press, you only see it when you're down by a lot, trying to cause some turnovers. But sometimes when I would play, our coach would just throw us in press if he ever thought we weren't playing hard enough, or just to try and get us to try and get back into the rhythm that we had earlier in the game. And that's what I think the strategy is looking like for North Dakota, as there was a missed three right there from Kennedy Flanagan.
Yeah, it's a really great way to get that mindset of, hey, we need to start hustling, we need to start picking up this a little bit more if we're slacking at all. It's a really great way to get your team back into it.
Nakaya Hurst with a great step back three right there. And now the Fighting Hawks starting to get their stride when it comes to behind the three-point line.
They've shot really well so far in this season from the three-point line. They're shooting 32% from the three-point line, and they're shooting even better today.
And Dietz is just battling inside and takes one too many steps. That's going to give the ball right back to the Fighting Hawks.
Nice drive by Dietz, but even better defense by Fighting Hawks, and specifically number 23, Nakia Hurst, causes another turnover by WIU.
And Nakia Hurst has been showing off all the moves today. It's her and Flanagan going one-on-one right there as Flanagan wins that battle. But now Hurst trying to post up inside as the Fighting Hawks try and swing it around, maybe to try and get the ball inside. That's going to lead to an or three. She's just a little bit too strong on that, but great battle inside by Hurst. She's going to get called for the offensive foul, and the ball will go right back to the Leathernecks.
It was a really great drive by number 24, Allie McCarthy for North Dakota. Kicked it to the corner, got the open three, they missed. And really good box out by the Leathernecks to cause the offensive foul, which is a fourth team foul for North Dakota. But with only 50 seconds left, we'll see how much that really comes into play here for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, neither team really close to that bonus or enough time really to make it count here with 50 seconds remaining. But North Dakota has really pulled away in this second quarter.
Yeah, we saw a really tight race there in the first quarter, but North Dakota just pulling away, scoring 21 points so far in this quarter.
A great job on the offensive rebound by Mallory McDermott. And she's able to finish the putback and get a big bucket for Western as we get closer to the end of the first half.
It'll be really great for Western if they can end this quarter on somewhat of a hot streak to get ready to go into half, then come back out revigorated, just come out stronger than they did here.
Well, Baravich just going to hold on to the ball at the top of the key, hold for last shot. It's not even a second separate the shot clock and game clock, so they are going to get this final shot. Baravich unable to get that one to go, and now here comes Brownfield. And it looks like Baravich is going to take the foul. And that's going to be foul number 5 that will send Addie Brownfield to the free throw line.
Yeah, really good job by Brownfield right there. Baravich took the shot. There was about 8 seconds left on the clock. Then she gets the foul. Addie Brownfield going to go to the line, shooting 72% on the year as she knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, 1 for 1 so far at the line for Addie Brownfield today. Leathernecks haven't really gotten to the line very often, which has been kind of the story of their past couple of games, as Addie Brownfield able to make the second. They're now just 4 for 5 on the day. And it looks like Baravic going to hold on to the ball as they're going to run out the half. But 43-32 in favor of the Fighting Hawks. As we're now going to go live to Peyton Hutchins, who's standing sideline with Leatherneck head coach, or excuse me, not head coach.
I'm here with head coach, or assistant coach, Dave Chapela. Coach, they're shooting 40% from three-point range. What do you guys do to stop that?
Well, we just got to get out and guard a little bit better. We changed our defenses. They caught us a few times in a zone. We'll probably just have to play a man. I think the bigger issue with us, we just turned it over a few times, more than we'd like, and that's led to 11 points last time I looked, and so that's our issue. We got to clean that up.
And then offensively, you only been held to 11 points in that second quarter. What can you do offensively in the second half?
Well, we just got to get in a better rhythm. It helped. We were late getting to the foul line. We're usually pretty good at that. So just being able to attack, maybe try to get to the free throw line a little bit better, and just getting a little bit better rhythm.
Thank you, Coach. For the second half. Now to break.
Good evening, Leatherneck Nation. I'm Paul. Wilson, Deputy Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator Sarah Cruz, and Faculty Athletic Representative Dr. Thomas Cody. And now let me introduce to you our athletic academic honor roll. First with football, Braylon Brooks, Clay Bruno, Michael Pargelli, Ludovic Choquette, Ryan Crandall, Drake Day, Juan Dela Cruz, Jake Nativo, Sam Farley, Dave Freeman, Luke Galbraith, Chase Graham, Elijah Griffin, Trey Aronic, Christian Masuti, Malcolm Moultrie, Ben Nauman, Shimobi Dakota, Ty Ojanovic, Kate Sell, Desmond Tristan, Jack White, Kyle Whitbridge.
And welcome back to ESPN Plus. Again, my name is Austin Jose here with my partner, Luke Little, as we're going to take a quick look at the first half stats for both teams today. Both teams shooting relatively well from the floor, and both teams honestly had a pretty great first half. North Dakota just doing a little bit better as well. The next lead and rebound, just a little bit under on the assists, and the three-point shooting, I think, Luke, is where you really start to see the difference that has the Fighting Hawks up 11 in the first half.
Yeah, as you see right there, huge disparity between both teams. And on the season, it seems to be that way too between both of them. WIU shooting below 30%, so it's about their average on the season with that three-point field goal percentage. But that has been one of the biggest differences between both teams, along with points at the paint about the same. But one of the other biggest differences is points from turnovers. Right now in this game, North Dakota has 11 points off of turnovers to WIU's 4. It's been a really competitive game so far. WIU only down 11 points at halftime. They're going to need to bring that back here in the second half.
Yeah, and Leatherneck's not really known as that great of a rebounding team, so to be winning the rebounding battle, JD's probably got to be pretty happy with that. It's just whether you can try and maybe get into the lead in another one of these categories besides points in the paint and rebounding, because you know you're obviously doing pretty well inside. But you gotta try and extend it just a little bit more.
Yeah, something that they've had is a lot of offensive rebounds, but they need to convert on those.
Yeah, so that's a quick look at your first half stats, and we'll be right back with some more highlights right after this break.
Cynthia Hull, Kaylee Petroside, Megan Leonard, Catherine McChristie, Jillian Morris, Emily Price, Georgia Rhea, Savannah Rodriguez, and Kayla Zamora. With women's tennis, Agatha Carbonell Garcia, Lorena Castellanos, Ina Cortina, Laura D'Souza, Paige Grice, Lucky Incherla, Maria Rivka. With men's cross country and track and field, Carter Allen, Richard Brown, Cooper Cox, Arnold Gruner, Lucas Hoffer, Jonathan Hunt, Max Lupo, Isaiah Moorman, Olin Ortiz, Robert Perry, Ethan Reinhardt, Noah Stout. From the women's cross country and track team, Ilana Cesar, Alana Davis, Chardonnay Davis, Brisa Dewar, Cesar Ferreira, Swanti Harrison, Malaya Houston, Christina Petro, Emma Ponks, Faith Prokopo, Jasmine Stokes.
And welcome back. We're going to take a quick look at our players to watch update. Anna Dietz in the first half. Not as explosive as Bravich, but definitely pretty efficient. 6 points, 75% from the field, two rebounds and no assists. But Bravich, 10 points, shooting just under 40% from the field, 1 rebound and 3 assists. And I think both of our players to watch have stepped up the way they've needed to in this game. Maybe just a little bit more from Dietz on the Leatherneck side.
Yeah, Dietz has taken a lot of smart shots so far in this game. That's why her shooting percentage is so high. She hasn't taken any threes quite yet. I think that's going to be something she'll look to do here in the second half. But Bravich playing very well, 36% from the field, but the 10 points is very needed. Second highest score on the game, just below her teammate by 1 point. She's playing really well. She'll come out in the second half hot, I believe, and she'll be the leading scorer for North Dakota Fighting Hawks.
Yeah, like you said, Julia Gordon, the only player that has more points than Bravich in that first half. And so both of our players to watch, both trying to lead their team to victory. And I think if Bravich needs to take a couple more smarter shots and do what Dietz was doing, I think Dietz needs to take a book out of Baravich's book and maybe be a little bit more aggressive and take those shots that we know that she can take and make in the second half.
Yeah, it's a really great game so far from both of these players, as we expected in the beginning. Dietz right now in the game has 4 turnovers, the leading player in turnovers for both teams. She'll try to cut those down a bit, I think, also. But yes, as you said, she needs to take a few more shots, get aggressive with the ball. She's the player to watch for a reason. She needs to get more aggressive with it.
Yeah, and so we saw a show from our players to watch in the first half. We'll have more in the second, and we'll be right back after this break. And welcome back to Western Hall. We're going to take a quick look at your first half highlights between both teams. And Luke, I think the story of that first half for both teams was definitely having a good mixture of inside and outside basketball.
Yeah, really great play. Both teams about the same in points in the paint. WIU had 16 points in the paint, while North Dakota had 14. That was something really common that we saw, but a lot of passing down low, a lot of assists in this game that created those open shots in the paint. Another big story has been the three-pointers for North Dakota in this game. They've nailed a lot of them. Have shot 44% from the three-point line as a team, shooting very well. That's one of the biggest stories for North Dakota.
Yeah, and just looking at these highlights, you can kind of tell where most teams have been going for their offensive production, which is trying to pass the ball around at the top near the three-point line and then try and kick it in and try and find those open cutting lanes that can lead to some nice and easy layups.
Yeah, we've seen some really nice assists so far in this game from both teams to create that open shot. Really great team basketball play so far in this game. It's been a lot of fun to watch, but North Dakota's got the lead, playing better than Western so far. They're up 11.
Yeah, and a big thanks to that lead is their leading scorers of Juliet Gordon and Casey Bravich. And for the Leathernecks, Anna Dietz and Carla Flores, they're all over these highlights, both on the offensive side and defensive side.
Yeah, we've seen some really strong defense from both teams, which has caused a lot of those turnovers that we've been talking about throughout the game. And that just comes down to good defense. Some of it came from mistakes on the offensive side, but both teams have been playing great.
Yeah, and well, there's a lot more highlights to be made that will be made in the second half, and we'll have those highlights right when we come back.
Hey, can I do the third quarter one off camera? When we come back from break, can I do it off camera? So can I do it off camera? Okay, thank you. At the half, I spoke to North Dakota head coach Mallory Bernard, and she said that offensively, they just need to keep getting open looks, and they're shooting good shots. And defensively, they need to box out better on the offensive glass and prevent Western Illinois from getting more offensive rebounds. Now back to Austin and Luke.
Thank you, Peyton. Glad that he got to sit down with the Fighting Hawks coach at the break. And we're just starting off this second half, and I think defense and rebounding is going to be a key factor for both teams in the second half.
Yeah, offensively and defensively, Western had the lead in rebounds. As you said, that's one of the big, as head coach for Fighting Hawks said, that's one of the biggest things they need to change this game, as there's an illegal screen by the Fighting Hawks right there.
Yeah, Nakia Hurst tried to get a back screen cut on Dietz, just got there maybe a tick too late. And then great job by Dietz to try and fight through that contact and draw the foul and turnover.
Yeah, we get that first foul of this half on Hurst. That'll be the first team foul also.
Yeah, now the Leathernecks with their first possession of the second half try and put what they decided to talk about at halftime into work and hit about every part of the rim, but went down for Dietz. She's unable to come away with a three, and now here come the Hawks.
That was the first three-point taken by Dietz in this game. Looked really nice. Was a really long three. She'll look to take more of those in this game.
And then Flores and Orth battling down inside, and Orth wins that battle and gets the easy layup to get the first baskets of the second half.
Orth 9 points in the game so far. She's shooting above 50% from the field, having herself a really nice outing for the Hawks. Really great contribution.
Yeah, the top three of her, Borovich, and Gordon have been a huge boost to this Fighting Hawk offense all day. Now Jada Adams lines up a three from the corner, just a little bit too strong, but great job on the offensive boards from Dins. That ball's going to be tipped out of bounds, but will stay with the Leathernecks.
As we saw yet again, another offensive rebound by Dins. She tried to kick it inside to Dietz, who was cutting, tipped it out, and they said that was off of North Dakota, and it's going to stay here with the Leathernecks.
Yeah, now Dietz tries another three, unable to get that one to go. And now here comes Borovich and the Fighting Hawks. And Borovich goes right up and over Dietz, but Dietz is going to draw the offensive foul. And a lot of commotion right over here by North Dakota's bench after that call.
Yeah, really great drive by Borovich right there on Dietz. Dietz was outside of the restricted zone, but the coaching staff for the Hawks did not agree with that call.
Yeah, it looked like Dietz got there a little bit late, but wasn't, like you said, outside of the restricted area. But that's above our pay grade to start talking about that. So as Dietz answers the Fighting Hawks with a layup of her own, cuts the lead down to 11.
Another offensive rebound for Western Illinois turns into some points, much needed points to add to.
Yeah, but there are the Fighting Hawks with their answer as Claire Orth with a beautiful turnaround right-handed layup.
Yeah, Claire Orth now in double-digit points. As we've been saying this whole game, once WIU scores, North Dakota answers right back with their own bucket.
And great passing on the fast break from the Fighting Hawks as that jumper is unable to go from Maggie Manson. And here come the Leathernecks. Carla Flores guarded by Borovich. And now Flores unable to get that jumper to go, rebounded by Juliet Gordon, who will bring it up for the Hawks. Now Borovich pulls up right in front of Lutz and is able to get that jumper to fall.
Looked really smooth and silky for Borovich right there. Just took the dribble, pull up, knocked it down with the mid-range shot. Those aren't easy, but she made that look silky smooth.
And now Lutz tries to come up with an answer of her own, but is unable to get that one to fall. And Dins and Gordon have been battling it out inside, with Dins getting the better of Gordon with these last couple matchups.
Yeah, shot by Lutz missed, but Dins ended up getting the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Gordon on that play, which will be the third team foul for North Dakota so far in this game.
And in that replay, you saw Dins do such a great job of getting inside position. Now she's going to have to deal with a little bit more height on the floor as number 33, Miranda Vanderwall, checks in for the first time and immediately makes an impact right there as she's able to get the contest on Dietz, who misses the layup. And then there's going to be a turnover from Jada Thorpe and the Leathernecks, and that will give the Fighting Hawks the ball back.
Yeah, Miranda Vanderwall, the 6'7" freshman, adding some much-needed height, seems like, in this game for those defensive rebounds for North Dakota.
And she's going to have her hands full inside with Dins, as you can see them battling for position inside. But Dins has played against a lot of height, playing in the summer league for so long. Yeah, I'm sure this is nothing new for her. That's a beautiful layup right there from Maggie Manson as the Fighting Hawks continue to extend their lead.
Yeah, really great shot right there. But as you were saying, Dins has played against a lot of tall centers for all the teams, people like Elena Pilacuda for Omaha. She's had to deal with a lot of tall players, and she's held her own against them throughout the season.
Yeah, now a beautiful pass from Dins leads to a nice layup right there from Addie Brownfield as the Leathernecks trying to claw their way back into this game.
Whenever Dins gets the ball, she's always having her eyes out on the court, looking for what teammate to get the ball to.
And we brought points and rebounds among Dins after she had those back-to-back double-doubles, but she really excels in the passing lane where she's able to find open players like Brownfield. As there was a foul inside, as we're going to get a quick look at that, as Orth tried to go up over Adams, but it was able to draw the contact, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, on the season so far, Claire Orr is shooting 77% from the free throw line, just above the team average of 75%. She'll try to knock these 2 down and get that lead extended to more than 15.
Yeah, Orth, a graduate student from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. Another one of the Minnesotians on this North Dakota lineup, but she got that first free throw to go. As Orth unable to get the second one to go. And now here come the Leathernecks. I've always wondered what might draw a person that's like not really from the Midwest, especially to maybe try and make the trip all the way up to the Dakotas to go there for school.
Apparently some really great conference play in this Summit League.
Yeah, and they're normally some of the best ones, like North Dakota State and South Dakota State in the conference championships this past year, and the National League or National Championship in the Valley, which Western is a part of.
Yeah, we see some really great mid-major teams around here playing, as you said, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Oral Roberts, all those teams, really good spots for people to go to get some competitive basketball.
Yeah, there's going to be a foul on the floor as Borovich tried to drive past Brownfield, who got maybe just too big of a piece of hers. Both of them ended up on the floor. As you can see right here, Borovich just a little bit of a hiccup while dribbling, and Brownfield immediately on the floor, as the hustle from the Leathernecks has been outstanding today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of hustles on jump ball. Could have been a jump ball right there. It turns out to be a foul, and that's going to be the second team foul for Western here in this quarter.
Borovich goes up through the contact, and then is able to finish the layup and will go to the line for an and one opportunity.
Borovich with the nice and one, fights through the contact, gets around, fighting, gets the layup. Tough shot right there, but it falls down for her. She's going back to the line, 86% on the season from the free throw line. Only missed 20 free throws so far this year.
And Borovich able to get that one to go. Is able to finish the three-point play, and now she'll check out, get some much-deserved rest, as she's now up to 14 points on the day, leading all scorers. As the press continues to be a problem for the Leathernecks, Allie Meadows with the ball, able to get out to Brownfield, who's able to get it past half court. And she's going to take it right up. That's going to be blocked away by number 14, Tara Benovich. That's going to be a corner three from Maggie. Maggie Manson is unable to get that one to go, and now here comes Jada Thorpe in the Leathernecks. As Thorpe fouled right at the top of the free throw line by number 14, Tara Benovich. Well, 55-36, this game getting a little out of hand as the Fighting Hawks able to start pulling away from the Leathernecks in this third quarter. We'll have your fourth quarter coverage right here, or excuse me, the rest of your third quarter coverage when we get back.
Thank you.
Online or at the WBB bookstore. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the court, the greatest mascot of all time, Rocky.
Welcome back inside of Western Hall here in Macomb, Illinois. We're going to check out the conference standings for the Summit League. South Dakota State still maintaining that top spot undefeated. And you saw North Dakota up there with the big dogs. Meanwhile, West Illinois down near the bottom. But with the season coming to an end, these are important games for both teams just to try and build some momentum before the conference tournament starts. It's Kennedy Flanagan with a beautiful turnaround jumper right there.
Yeah, these games are huge. These games always seem to be more important here later in the year. Only 2 games left to play before the tournament. They just seem to be more and more important. After this game, North Dakota is going to end up taking on St. Thomas in their final game of the year before the season. And these games matter. If North Dakota wants to hold on to that second spot, they need a win out, it seems like.
Yeah, very tight Summit League standings as Borovich just continues to take over this game. That's what star players do, as she is able to convert the and one, but you notice that star players down the line when it matters the most are just able to step up and make big plays, and now up to 17 points, close to her season average. She's just been unbelievable for the Fighting Hawks today.
Yeah, Borovich kind of seemed to start out a little cold in the first quarter. Oh, I must have been dead wrong, because throughout this game she's just picked it up slowly and slowly. And now she's the leading scorer for both teams in this game.
Yeah, and now Allie Meadows able to draw the foul for the Leathernecks. She goes for the Borovich type approach of just taking it in and trying to draw contact, and she is able to draw the foul on Claire Orth. It's going to be North Dakota's 5th foul of this third quarter, as Meadows gets the first one to go. The freshman, one of the few freshmen we talked about that gets a lot of minutes on this Leatherneck squad from DeWitt, Iowa. And she's able to get the second free throw to go. As Leathernecks pull back in within 20, but I don't know, Luke. It's kind of hard to put it together a comeback, at least imagine one, with the way both teams are playing right now.
Seems like, as we've been talking about this whole game, WIU tries to get back, the Leathernecks try to fight back, but then North Dakota just pulls away, back again. As we see right there, they get another foul called on WIU. And they're going to go back to the line, with that being the 5th team foul on the Leathernecks. That'll be on number 2, Jada Thorpe, which will be her first of the game.
Yeah, Thorpe got a little bit too much of Borovich right there. And that's going to send her to the line. As you can see, 86% on the season. So these are basically like going to sleep for her.
Yeah, both teams so far in this game shooting the ball really well from the line. Both teams above 80% shooting from the free throw line. But North Dakota's had a lot more attempts at the line, scoring more points for themselves.
Yeah, Borovich now up to her season average of 19 points. Leading all scorers is now Flanagan. Beautiful post move inside, is unable to get that one to go. Rebound pulled away by Borovich. And now she's running her own fast break. Steps into a mid-range jumper, unable to get that one to go. Rebounded by Orth. That one poked away by Brownfield, and now Jada Thorpe is going one-on-one with Borovich down the floor. Able to get the basically the lane to clear, but that ball swatted away with a foul by number 22, Rakaya Beal.
Yeah, Beal on that one, getting aggressive, trying to get the block, but Jada Thorpe smart, gets the foul called, kind of, instead of just driving right at the rim on the fast break, slowed it down a bit, decided to go into the lane. Nice job drawing the foul and knocking down that first free throw by Thorpe.
Yeah, as Thorpe gets the first one to go, she kind of like turned around to try and see what if she had any other teammates open, and when she turned back around, everyone was gone. It was like she had a wide open layup, and then great job by Beal to try and get the block. Was clean up top, but just got a little bit too much contact on the body. And great job converting those free throws by Thorpe. Still, 18-point advantage for the Fighting Hawks. This is going to be an offensive foul on North Dakota. That's going to be number 0, DJ Davis. And now Allie Meadows and the Leathernecks are going to come back the other way.
The coaching staff for North Dakota confused about how that foul got called, but that's going to be an offensive foul on North Dakota, and it's going to be WIU, and they answer right back with some points of their own.
Yeah, Kennedy Flanagan with a beautiful post move. She's been going to work inside this quarter. And great job battling for the boards on the other end as Brownfield able to pull that away. Now here comes Meadows. Meadows goes right through, splits defenders, but is unable to get the layup to go. And Orth pulls on the rebound for the Hawks.
That layup would have cut the lead down to 14 points. The lead is getting a little bit more manageable, it seems like, for Western. Now down 16 points. They still got the whole fourth quarter after the 2 minutes and 35 seconds we have left here in the third.
Yeah, and we're going to take a quick timeout here. 60-44, 16-point lead in favor of the Fighting Hawks. 2:35 remaining in this third quarter, and we'll have the rest when we come back. Casey Bravich. And welcome back to Macomb as we're going to take a quick look at Casey Baravich. 19.7 points per game this season, has 20 tonight, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
No, she's had herself a great game so far today, shooting 7 for 16 from the field. She's the second leading scorer in the Summit League for a reason, and so far this game, she's been leading this North Dakota team with her 20 points.
And it looks like we're going to have a foul inside. That's man number 14, Elizabeth Lutz, who checked back in the game. Lily Rangard also checking in for the Leathernecks, making her first appearance of the game. As you can see right there, Lutz and Hirsch just get a little tangled up inside. And now with it being 5 team fouls for both teams, that will be double bonus the rest of the way out. So Hirsch gets free throws and is good with the first.
Yeah, so far on the season, Hirsch shooting 76% from the line. As a team, though, so far today, North Dakota is now 10 for 12 from the free throw line with that miss, playing pretty well from the line. WIU shooting 89% from the line. Both teams shooting very solid.
Yeah, and in that third quarter, Leathernecks only 4 for 17 from the 4. Definitely got to try and put together a couple better possessions than what they had in that quarter to try and get back into this game. Because now Hurst shoots a 3 right from the top of the key, unable to get that one to go. But rebound pulled down by the Hawks. And Maggie Manson was able to pull that one down. But possession arrow is in favor of the Leathernecks, so they will regain possession of the ball. So Lily Rangard with the ball, kicks over to Flores, who's able to get it inside to Dins. Now Dins and Hurst battling inside. And beautiful left-handed hook shot right there from Dins, so she's going to win that battle.
Really nice move by Dins. Way to use the backboard on that shot, knock it down. Western's now down 46-61, only down 15 points. And we still got the whole fourth quarter left to play.
Yeah, it's Hurst stripped right there from Lily Rangard, who's going to take it the other way herself, but just a little bit too strong on the layup. But the ball will be staying on this side of the floor.
Really good job with the confidence and the effort right there by Rangard to drive into the lane. Miss it a little hard off of the backboard, but they're going to get another opportunity. It's going to stay here with Western.
As DJ Davis and Maggie Manson are going to take a seat for the Fighting Hawks. Claire Orth, who's kind of been the third shining star for this Fighting Hawks offense, is checked right back into this game.
Yeah, Juliet Morgan and Claire Orth have been kind of those 2-3 players for North Dakota in this game. Really solid role players, both having double-digit points so far in this game.
And Rangard faked that three, but gets the ball stolen in the paint. And now here comes Beal and the Fighting Hawks. Now Bravich, guarded by Flores, gets the ball inside to Hurst. Hurst had that one blocked away, but there will be a foul. That's going to be on number 3, Alyssa Dins.
A really great pass right there by Bravich, finds Hurst down low, but Dins gets the foul. It'll be her first, and Hurst is going to go back to the line for 2 more shots.
Yeah. Yeah, Nakia Hurst makes the first free throw, freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I had to make that trip all the way up to North Dakota. Always got to shout out my fellow Wisconsinites whenever I see them. As Hurst gets that second free throw to go as well, so 2 for 2 from the line. Now Michaela Omer checking in to the game for the Fighting Hawks. Now Western trying to get something started on the offensive end as they just haven't really been able to find a rhythm. And it's not going to start right here as Hurst gets the steal inside and now pushes up for the Hawks. Gets it to Orth.
Flores thought she had Flanagan down low, but Hurst, really good job, is kind of just disguising herself. Ended up jumping that passing lane, got the interception, and it's going to be North Dakota basketball. And there's going to be another foul, and Hurst is going back to the line again. She's had a lot of trips to the line, it seemed like, in these past 2 minutes. She'll try to capitalize on these.
Yeah, she's unable to capitalize on that first one, but it looks like the Hawks are trying to get something started inside with getting Hurst the ball. As we had their bench over here yelling Hurst and get the ball inside, and I think they've been doing a good job right now trying to maybe switch Dins off of her and try and set up some matchups that she likes, like against Rangard on that last possession. Because right now, when, like we see right there with that rebound, when Hurst is going up against Dins is winning that battle most of the time.
Yeah, Dins has had herself a lot of offensive rebounds so far in this game. 7 now on the day, offensive rebounds. Really great showing from Alyssa Dins offensively on the board. And she draws the foul on Hurst. She's going back to the line. On the season, Alyssa Dins shooting 79% from the line as she knocks down the first one. She's now shooting 1 for 2 from the free throw line here today in this game.
And Dins never really known as much of a big scorer, but she does a lot of the little things on your team, such as rebounding, passing, and just not turning the ball over really, really well.
Yeah, she does a really great job of all that stuff you said, and she gets a trip to the line sometimes, and she'll still give you points every single game, and she'll work hard for you. Really good job by Dins so far in this game.
And she has her hand full again as Miranda Vanderwall, like you said, the freshman 6'7" center, getting some minutes here to end this quarter. As Beal with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Dietz. She'll drive left, go up and over Flores, unable to get that one to go. And now the next 2 seconds left as she tries to get a shot up at the end. And it looks like Gravina must want a foul, but it looks like they're not going to call that, and they're just going to let the quarter go to a close as 63-48. North Dakota now hanging on to a 15-point lead as Leatherneck's able to battle back a little bit in that third quarter, but still got 10 more minutes to play, plenty of time to put together a comeback. And we'll have those final 10 minutes for you when we come back on ESPN+. And welcome back to Western Hall here in Macomb, Illinois. Fourth quarter just getting underway here. As Carla Flores able to grab down that rebound, as we're bringing you the action now as Anna Dietz has the ball for the Leathernecks. And now Elizabeth Lutz battling inside against Denninger. And she's going to be able to draw the foul, and we'll head to the line for two.
A really good job by Elizabeth Lutz right there. So far in this game, Western shooting 10 for 11 from the free throw line, 91%. Draw the foul on Jaleen Danninger. That's going to be the first team foul for North Dakota in this quarter as she knocks down the first free throw.
Elizabeth Lutz, one of the veterans on this Leatherneck roster, grad senior from California, Missouri. Always makes me laugh when I see that because I see California and then I just see Missouri next to it. I'm like, that's not very California-like.
Elizabeth Lutz is a really great player. She hit the 1,000 mark earlier this year in career points for the Leathernecks. Really great veteran, really great mindset to have out there for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, now Baravich with the ball. She'll go inside on Dietz, and she'll draw another foul and go to the line for two as well.
Baravich in this game currently 5 for 5 from the free throw line. She has 20 points so far in this game. Really nice drive. Draw another foul on Anna Dietz, I believe, which will be Dietz's second foul of the game, team's first of the quarter.
And Baravich knocks down the first free throw. And we've seen a lot of guards from both teams so far have done a great job of attacking that paint and getting to the free throw line, especially in the second half.
Yeah, both teams have double digits in free throw shot in the game. Really good showing. They were a little quiet in the first quarter, but they brought them up here throughout the game.
Yeah, that shot blocked. And then Lutz tried to get her own board, but unable to. And now Baravich pulls up on Dietz. Just a little bit too strong. Rebound pulled down by Flores. And now Rangard has the ball for the Leathernecks. Dietz and Orth battling it out on the left side. There's going to be a charge inside as Juliet Gordon able to draw the foul inside. That's going to be another foul on Anna Dietz.
That's the second charge on Anna Dietz in this game. She's been aggressive, and she was aggressive there again. She wanted that blocking call go to the line, but she doesn't get it. They call a charge on her.
Yeah, now North Dakota trying to extend its lead as much as it can, as Gordon unable to get that three-pointer to go. And now here comes Lutz and the Leathernecks. It's now Lutz on Denninger, unable to get that one to go. Rebound pulled away by Din. She'll find Rangard in the corner for three. That one's no good as well. And now Denninger told to slow it down as she had a full head of steam and was ready to run that fast break.
A really smart job to slow it down and get another opportunity to shoot it, as we see right there. Baravich going to the line again after that really nice drive. That foul's going to be on number 33, Anna Dietz, her third. Really great basketball from her. She's getting physical with the ball. That's going to be the fourth foul, on Anna Dietz, third team foul for Western. As we get some subs here for Western.
Yeah, full substitution for the Leathernecks as they switch out all five. Brings in Brownfield, Jada Adams, Kenny Flanagan, Allie Meadows, and Jada Thorpe. Maybe Gravina's trying out a little bit of a full swap type thing where they can maybe give his stars who are on the court just now a little bit more time on the bench to try and get their energy back for these last 8 minutes of game.
Yeah, 8 minutes left to play, probably for about 3 minutes. Try to get them back up, get them rested so they can go back out and give it their all, try to get this lead down a little bit.
And the Fighting Hawks just forgot about Jada Adams as she was left wide open in that corner for a three. And she splashes that one home to bring the Leathernecks within 13 now. And the Fighting Hawks are trying to do everything they can right now to try and not allow this to become a single-digit game.
This possession right here will be really big, I believe, because as we've seen, Western will make a shot, but then North Dakota will come right back in the very next possession and knock down a shot of their own. If Western can get a stop here, get another offensive score, try to work it back down. If they can get to single digits, it would be really nice for Western with their confidence in this game.
Yeah, as you can see right there, Meadows just doesn't want to give Borovich any type of space because from what we've seen today and what she's done now with 23 points, any little bit amount of space for her is enough to try and go score the basketball.
Yeah, Borovich been really good from the line, really good at drawing the fouls throughout the whole entire game.
And there's an offensive foul right there, so the Leathernecks get a little gift in a turnover from the Fighting Hawks. And that foul is going to be on number 54, Juliet Gordon. As you can see the turnovers right there, 17 to 10 in favor, or excuse me, 10 to 17 in favor of the Fighting Hawks. Now Flanagan, surprised she got left that wide open, shot the three, but unable to get that one to go. And now Borovich pulls down that rebound and will set up the offense.
I think how open she was kind of surprised her. She had a lot of time to sit there and think about that three-pointer.
And then what more can you say right there on that possession is Casey Borovich with another beautiful layup. And she is now just making it her mission to make sure that the Leathernecks can't string together any baskets. There's going to be a foul on the Hawks. That's going to be number 10, Claire Orth. That's going to send Jada Thorpe to the free throw line.
That's going to be the third foul for Claire Orth in the game. Really good job by Thorpe to drive into the lane, get the foul called, go back to the line for Western as she misses the first free throw. We've also seen a lot of fouls for Juliet Gordon. She has 4 team fouls so far in this game. All the players getting up there high, but with only 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the game, I don't think that will matter much unless they just start getting a lot of fouls really rampant.
Yeah, and Jada Thorpe, you saw right there, 0 for 2 from the free throw line, that trip around. As a 73% free throw shooter, you don't see her have very many empty trips to the free throw or to the charity stripe much this season. As we have another turnover for the Fighting Hawks, as Borovich just unable to maintain possession of that ball and is going to get called for the double dribble.
Yeah, another good job defensively by Western. That'll be 11 turnovers now on the game against the Fighting Hawks. Western needs to create more of those to get more offensive possessions.
Yeah, as Flanagan tried to get that ball inside to Brownfield, but was unable to. And now Thorpe lines up her jumper, unable to get that one to go, rebounded by Hurst. Now she'll run the point guard for the Fighting Hawks.
Hurst so far in the game having herself a nice day, 11 points on the game so far. She's averaging on the season only 7.8 points per game, so already above her season average in points today.
And now Borovich battling inside and was battling against Thorpe, but the turnaround jumper is just too smooth. And she continues to have an outstanding second half. As Brownfield now tried with the three of her own, unable to get that one to fall. And now Daninger running the offense for the Hawks, and there's gonna be a timeout on the floor by the Hawks. And Coach Mallory Bernhard. 70 to 53 in favor of North Dakota. 5:30 remaining in this fourth quarter as Leathernecks trying to build a comeback, but Borovich and the Fighting Hawks doing everything they can to stop it. We'll have to see how this last 5:30 plays right after we come back.
Nearly 1 in 8 women develop breast cancer in their lives. Breast cancer has affected over 3.8 million women in the United States. When breast cancer is detected early and is in the localized stage, the 5-year relative survival rate is 99%. All right, fans, show off your Leathernecks spirit
And welcome back inside of Western Hall. We're going to take a quick look at North Dakota's upcoming remaining schedule. Just one game on the schedule left to go, with playing St. Thomas on the 25th before the Summer League tournament kicks off on March 3rd. That'll run through the 7th. And both teams definitely looking to try and make a run in the Summer League tournament when given the opportunity.
What it really comes down to is in the tournament, what are you going to be? You can change your whole entire season around in the tournament. It doesn't matter how many games you won during the first part of the season. If you can come into the tournament, be solid, and get a win, get wins, that'll be really good for both teams to go further into the tournament.
Yeah, and once the tournament starts, it's a clean slate for everyone, because these last couple of games, like we mentioned many times today, are a great momentum boost, as we're going to have a jump ball, and the ball will flip over to the Leathernecks as Jada Thorpe and Ambrova get matched up right there. As you saw, great hands right there from Jada Thorpe to able to grab that ball away. And now the Leathernecks down 17 with just under 5 minutes remaining. And that sure will help right there as Jada Thorpe splashes that 3 home. And now the lead's been cut down to just 14.
Western has been trying to shoot the 3 ball as of late. They've been taking a lot of threes. They've missed a couple of them right there. That could be a really big game changer. We'll see if they can build off of that 3-pointer right there. Get some momentum, down 14, only with 4 minutes left to play, however.
Yeah, and there's the response from the Fighting Hawks and Borovich.
Borovich getting close to that 30-point mark with that make, having herself a great outing today against Western Illinois.
Yeah, Borovich now with 29. And now Thorpe starting to heat up for the Leathernecks. And Jada Thorpe splashing now back-to-back threes.
Really good answer to Borovich's nice little jump shot. Jada Thorpe, she's starting to get hot. Give her the ball and see if she can carry you all the way to the end.
And Thorpe's one of those streaky scorers where the moment she starts heating up, she can put a lot of points together in a very short amount of time. And now Hurst with the ball for the Hawks, guarded by Flanagan. She'll kick it out for a 3 in the corner, and that 3 is splashed home with the answer. That's going to be number 24, Allie McCarthy.
Really great job right there by Hurst to draw in Addie Brownfield, who was in the corner guarding McCarthy. Got double teamed, so she decided to kick it back out to McCarthy and knocks down the huge 3-pointer, answers back to Jada Thorpe's 3-pointer.
Yeah, now McCarthy with 2 shots on the day, 2 threes, both made, and both very, very big to their team's success.
Yeah, she's having herself a really nice day so far today, and that's a really big 3, a momentum killer for Western Illinois. But we see Allie Meadows go to the line, and she knocks down the first free throw attempt on this trip to the line.
Yeah, 13 for 16 now after that free throw. So Leathernecks started getting to the line very, very well, and have been converting when they've gotten there now, as 14 for 16 on the day. Doesn't really get much better than that.
Now they've gotten to the foul line more and more often throughout the game. Started off a little cold, but have gotten hotter from the line now, with Allie Meadows now 4 for 4 from the line on the game.
Yeah, a beautiful backdoor cut right there from Claire Orth. And then another great defensive possession right there from the Hawks as Jolie Daninger with a nice tap away from Thorpe. That's going to be another turnover for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, Thorpe confident with the ball, drove into the lane, got it stolen away, and went right off her foot. Everybody saw it, and it's going to be Leatherneck basketball. North Dakota going to take their time offensively, I believe, now throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely want to use up as much of the shot clock as possible. And there's going to be a grab inside. That foul's going to be number 13, Addie Brownfield. Be her team foul number 5, so that's going to put the Fighting Hawks in the bonus for the rest of this game. And as you can see right here, great backdoor cut by Orth, but Brownfield, all she could really do is just hold on. Otherwise, it was allowing a free, easy layup.
Yeah, Claire Orth so far in this game has been playing very well for North Dakota. From the line today so far, she's now 1 for 3. 15 foul for Western, though, as you just said. So North Dakota is going to be going to the line for every single foul from here on out.
And she converts the second free throw. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. And 16 for 23 today from the line for the Fighting Hawks. probably the only thing you can say that they haven't done exceptionally well today.
Yeah, they've gone to the line exceptionally well so far today. They've taken those trips. They were shooting very well, but something that hurt them was Hurst free throw shots. Nakia Hurst, she went 3 for 6, missing 3 of those shots.
And a beautiful scoop layup right there from Mallory McDermott. So the Leathernecks still putting together some great offensive possessions, just might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, a little bit too late, as you just said. 15 points down. Could be a big possession, though, right here.
Yeah, and Thorpe goes right up against Casey, unable to get that one to go. And now the Hawks and Hawks head coach Mallory Bernhard screaming the word patience, which I think would be very, very helpful for them in this situation.
We're going to get a foul here on Allie Meadows, which is going to send Baravich back to the line again today. She's now on the game, shooting 8 for 9 from the free throw line. She's about to get to that 30-point mark if she knocks down one of these free throws. Been a really impressive game to watch from the sideline here today from Baravich.
Yeah, and it's been all areas of the floor, whether it's taking a step back for a 3, attacking and pulling up mid-range, or attacking all the way to the rim and getting layups and going to the line. She's excelled in just about all 3 levels of scoring that you can today. And then finishes off with going 2 for 2 from the free throw line, ends with 31 points. And I'm guessing that's the last time we'll see of her, but you never know.
She might come back into the game, but I don't see any reason to put her back into the game. With only 1 game left before the postseason, I don't think there's any reason to put her back in, have a chance to her get hurt in these last 2 minutes.
Yeah, now Mallory McDermott with the drive and will go to the line herself. It looks like that team foul is going to be on number 2, Michaela Almer. Mallory McDermott is able to make the first free throw. McDermott had a beautiful move right there, able to get inside, and then all the Fighting Hawks could do was foul. Well, with just under 2-minute mark remaining in this game, 15-point lead for the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota. The Leathernecks just trying to end with a couple great possessions, and North Dakota just trying to finish off these last 2 minutes and then get back on the road and head to St. Thomas to finish off their season.
Yeah, St. Thomas currently the 8th seed in the Summit League. There was a really nice pass by number 2, Michaela Almer, score again for North Dakota. But yeah, St. Thomas, the 8th seed currently in the Summit League, but no easy matchups between games this year.
And Jada Thorpe continues to stay on fire as she knocks down her 3rd 3 of the quarter. And now the Leathernecks debating whether or not to foul, as they have pulled within 14. The Fighting Hawks are just going to try and dribble out this last minute of the game.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
Hawks so far this game have played really smart basketball. It seems like they cut down on their turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, that's a beautiful step back right there from DJ Davis with a little bit of an exclamation point right on the end of this game.
Yeah, DJ Davis with a really nice shot that gives her 5 points on the day. As the shot clock was winding down, she just knocked it down. That kind of puts the icing on the cake, it seems like, for North Dakota.
Yeah, only 45 seconds remaining in this ball game. And Jada Thorpe might take a little bit of a heat check herself, guarded by DJ Davis. And now Mallory McDermott goes up with the floater, unable to get that one to go, but will draw the foul and go to the line for 2. As Rakaya Beal will get her 3rd foul of the contest.
Yeah, McDermott gonna go back to the line, was really smart on that drive right there, had the 3-pointer, didn't decide to take it, pump faked, went baseline, drew the foul. She's gonna go to the line, knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, gets the first one to go. McDermott on the day, just 5, or that's her 6th point of the day so far, so quiet day for her off the bench. And that's number 7 as she goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Some solid free throw shooting from Western here today, but North Dakota got more trips, knocked down more free throws, it seemed like, throughout the day, and that was one of the biggest differences. But also it seemed like, I think having Casey Burovich on their team, she was such a big help to North Dakota. Dropping 31 points was really huge for them.
Yeah, and now the Fighting Hawks trying to get it inside. They do, and there's the layup by Miranda Vanderwall. As they spent about that whole possession trying to get her the ball, and we're finally able to, and she made a great layup. And now time is running out, and that will be your ball game, 86-70 in favor of the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota. And Luke, what more can you say about the great play of Casey Bravich?
I mean, it was just a ton of fun to watch. Really great game by Bravich right there. 31 points, an insane outing. That's 12 points above her season average so far. She shot 10 for 11 from the free throw line, shooting very well from there as well. All in all, it was a really great game from both teams, but North Dakota gets the win. Great outing from Western. Both teams one more game until the long-awaited Summit League tournament.
Yeah, and I bet you both teams coming out of this game will definitely be getting ready for that. And if you're Western, what can you do to try and maybe bounce back and finish your season strong?
So obviously they got to head to North Dakota State, and if they want to come into the Summit League strong, they got to get a win at home. They got the game on Saturday. The game is on Saturday, so they got to get a win against North Dakota State at home.
Yeah, and 86-70 is your final here with North Dakota getting the best of the Leathernecks today. And what was a close game for most of that first half, and then the Leathernecks kind of were able to tailed off near the end, and North Dakota was able to pull away. But let's go down to Peyton, our sideline reporter, who's standing courtside with JD Gravina.
I'm your sideline reporter, Peyton Hudgens, here with Coach Gravina. Coach Gravina, you had 17 turnovers tonight. How do you limit those going into your next game and into the postseason tournament?
Yeah, and 11 of those are in the first half, and that just kills you against a really good team like this. Part of it's just trying to attack gaps when we don't have a lot of space and try to make something out of nothing. And you're playing against a good veteran team. 6 of their top 7 are seniors, and it makes a difference, and it shows.
You got postseason tournament coming up. What's the point of emphasis that you need to have going into the tournament and for next game?
Yeah, I think controlling our turnovers, like you mentioned, a big one. Rebounding, we're a little undersized, so we've got to make sure we're doing a good job rebounding and just having a little more intensity defensively, making teams feel uncomfortable. I feel like we're letting teams play a little too comfortably, and we've got to pressure a little bit more and just get them out of their comfort zone.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Now back to Austin and Luke, who are standing best next side.
Yeah, thank you, Peyton, and what a great game today it was. Great game for both teams. And so for for Luke Little, I'm Austin Holznagel saying so long from Western Hall, where the final score is 86-70 in favor of the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.